Captain America Civil War. The trailer just kind of dropped out of nowhere, right, guys? Was any of us expecting this trailer to drop this
on Monday night after the Star Wars stuff, because Jimmy Kimmel had J.J. Abrams, Adam Driver, John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, and Carrie Fisher on the show. It was all Star Wars,
right?
The entire show. After that night, after the show, he had tweeted out, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are stopping by tomorrow. They have a little nugget with them.
Yeah.
So people were kind of like, okay, are they gonna drop a trailer, or are they bringing something with them? You know,
like a little clip.
But they dropped an entire, the teaser trailer and the 3 posters. So not a lot of people knew about it because it wasn't like released by Marvel or anything. It was released by Jimmy Kimmel. So it's like, but it kind of was expected just a little later on. Like there was no heads up, but like 12 hours before.
Well, Marvel, I'm pretty sure Marvel had that planned. Like, it's a strategic move, like they always do. But they just kept it under wraps. Nobody else knew about it. But I didn't even know they were going to be on Jimmy Kimmel. But if I did, I would have predicted they're going to drop a trailer.
Well, when you have those two together, it's like, okay, they're not just on there to talk about Thanksgiving, obviously.
I heard it from you. I was on my way to go watch Creed with you, and you were like, Civil War trailer. And as soon as I got to the movie theater, on my phone.
See, I was expecting it. I wasn't expecting it until later on, but I forgot that Kimmel, it records earlier in the day.
Oh, true.
So that's why it was dropped so early.
Was it in front of the Creed
Eastern
trailer?
time?
No.
No. I just watched it on my phone right before we went.
I don't think it'll be released in front of a movie until Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's the next big Disney movie.
I can't wait because
those
lot
previews,
of casual movie fans don't even know that movie's coming out. Like,
we're getting off topic, but the 4 previews that are in front of that: Batman vs Superman, Captain America: Civil War, X-Men Apocalypse, and I was watching a live view on Stephen Amell's Facebook page from Arrow. He had said that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 trailer is with Star Wars.
Nice.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
So those 4 movies in front of Star Wars.
Right on. Well, let's dive into this trailer real quick, guys.
So the actual trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Reactions, positives, negatives. Let's start with Jacob first, because you're the Marvel guy. Tell me.
I'm the Marvel guy. Who said I'm the Marvel guy?
I did.
I think I'm the Marvel guy of anybody.
You're the Star Wars guy, man.
Yeah.
Gio just
I'm the hater.
Claimed me the Marvel guy, and he's the DC guy. Even though I love DC as much as I love Marvel. Let's make no mistakes there. But anyways, Civil War trailer, effing amazing. So the Batman vs Superman trailer was the best trailer I've seen all year. Even though I love all the Star Wars trailers, don't get me wrong. But if I'm being unbiased and just judging them objectively, Batman v Superman was the best. But this tops it for me. This is the best trailer I've seen all year. And the reason is because it's not like, there's plenty of visuals and plenty of spectacles to see, but it's not focused on that. It's focused on the emotions and the story and the characters. One worry all of us fans had was, how are they going to have all these characters in this movie and it still be a Captain America movie? Now, after watching this trailer, I know it's a Captain America movie. It picks up right after Winter Soldier. Like, you can go straight from watching Winter Soldier and then go watch this movie. You don't even have to watch Age of Ultron. You could just...
It's a sequel to the Winter Soldier more than Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I mean, and it's supposed to be. So I love that it's clearly a Captain America story, and it ties into as a trilogy. You can just watch the Captain America movies and then watch this trailer, and it's like it's a perfect setup for the 3rd movie in a trilogy. And I just love how we knew Bucky was going to be a part of it and kind of be like a catalyst for the plot, but I didn't know how it was going to be like the main driving force. Like, and it makes so much sense because Captain America is like noble and he's going to do what's right. But even before he's going to do what's right, he's going to stay loyal to like the people he cares about the most. And his only family, his best friend, Bucky, he's not going to abandon him. And that's his motivation. That was the best thing I took away from it. I'll talk about more of my positives, but just my initial thoughts, like, that's what I took away from it and why I loved it so much.
Jake?
Yeah, I'm totally on board with him. I mean, Jacob and I, we saw each other that night, and he saw how I was buzzing from the trailer.
Oh, man. That's all we were talking about before Creed started.
I was with my sister when it came out, and, I shouldn't be doing this, but I saw it drop on Twitter, and I put it on while driving.
No way.
Yeah, it's bad, but I had to watch it like as soon as it dropped. Like, I was that excited for the trailer. It's an amazing trailer. And like Jacob was saying, it is very much telling the story from Captain America's side. Like it's a clear Captain America movie.
Yes.
And there's all these characters and everything, but everything we see is from the eyes of Steve Rogers, which makes it that much better. It makes it like it's much more of an interesting story telling it just from one side and seeing his point of view of everything. It's gonna find Iron Man and Cap and all these characters at odds, but we were worried that it wasn't going to be a sequel, but it clearly is. The tension's there. You can tell that these characters, they don't want to go after each other, but they have to for the cause that they're fighting for, and they have to take sides because of what's going down. It's straight nerdgasm. Like it's everything we were expecting from a Civil War trailer, and it looks like it's adapted the storyline so damn well. And building off of the Winter Soldier and the stuff from Age of Ultron with the Sokovia Accords and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very exciting. Jacob was saying that it's his favorite trailer all year. I can't put it there because the Star Wars trailer, it's straight nostalgia for me. Like it made me tear up. And when something makes me tear up, that's obviously the best one, but it's definitely better than Batman vs Superman for me. It's pure glory. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, you seriously need to go see it as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is a really good trailer, guys. It asks a very honest question regarding superheroes and limitations. I mean, we saw what happened in both Avengers movies, and now this is a topic that needs to get addressed, regarding superheroes and how much, power we should put in their hands. So I thought that was great, and like Jacob said, how this follows the Winter Soldier. You can watch Winter Soldier and go directly into this movie. So that was a really another positive thing. So we're going to talk about positives more. Any specific things you guys want to mention about the trailer? Things that you really liked that stood out?
Yeah, because going back to how it's a Captain America movie, well, we know Iron Man is the second most important character in this movie. I mean, Bucky, but it's Iron Man. This is basically Iron Man versus Cap.
They're on the posters together. It's Team Cap versus Team Iron Man.
Exactly. So, Tony Stark is, if not one of the main antagonists. And
that's weird. That's weird to say.
Doesn't mean he's a villain. It doesn't mean he's a villain.
No,
he's just
not at all.
Antagonist.
Right.
And but every single line that's said in this trailer, it serves the story. It's not just throw it in there to make it sound cool because it's a cool line. Like you hear, I forget who's talking first. Oh, Cap, obviously talking to Bucky.
And it's Scarlet Witch talking to Cap. Or no, Black Widow. Scarlett
excuse me. Johansson.
Yes.
Yeah, but Black Widow, and then it switches to Falcon talking to him, and it sets up everything, and you know where everybody that's close to Cap stands. So I like that. Like every sequence of somebody talking, it has to do with Cap. Like Falcon's like, when people shoot at you, they usually end up shooting at me. So I need to know what's going on, and that just shows you he's riding with Captain America. And Scarlett Johansson, from the way she's talking to him, she's on the other side. And because I didn't know how is it going to be a big enough issue to where they're actually going to go against each other. And this trailer convinced me of it. 2 huge highlights for me. I mean, I could talk about 100 things that I love about this trailer, but finally seeing Black Panther in live action, even though it's very quick and small, he looked amazing. He looked so awesome.
And, not only that, but for those who don't dissect the trailer like we do, they're not going to know that he's Black actually Panther. In it more than what it leads on to. He's not just in that one shot of him standing there. He's also in a parking garage running, and he's also fighting Bucky at one point.
Well, I think we're going to actually meet T'Challa.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he's not going to be in the movie. I'm just saying in the trailer. He's more in the trailer.
One scene, kind of.
He's in the trailer more than people are seeing.
The first time they show him and he's standing there and he just looks, I didn't know his face was going to be lit up like that. Like it's like an Iron Man mask, kind of.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Well, there's lights in there. It's not.
Yeah, he has eye covers. It's like Deadpool, basically.
Yeah.
It's like Deadpool covers his eyes.
But it doesn't look like it's like cloth. It's like an
armor.
Yeah, it's like armor, like robotic armor.
Right.
So I really like that look. I think it looks awesome. And I know we probably all want to bring this up, and I'm sorry to steal it, but the last scene is the best. This whole trailer did this, but that last scene probably like made this like. There's Batman v Superman, Rogue One, and then the Civil War. Like I don't know which one I'm more excited for, but this like before it was for sure Batman v Superman and Rogue One at the top, and then Civil War under it. Now Civil War's like right there with them for me. So yeah, just seeing the action of Bucky and Cap throwing the shield back and forth and punching Iron Man, and
They're not just, dude. They're wailing on.
they were
him.
wailing on him. But it make like I think people underestimate how powerful Iron Man's suits are because
Oh, yeah.
they're wailing on him and his suit's taking it.
Especially this new.
And they're
suit.
throwing the shield in his suit, and it's not like it's damaging it.
But
it's-
we see it cuts off right when Cap goes for him with
That
the
could be
shield.
like the-
That can be the final one, the final blow, or the one where Bucky tears out his centerpiece, his arc.
it looks so. And then we all know the line that just got
It's one of the. It's this is one of the greatest lines in
any trailer. ever.
in all Marvel movies. He says, "But he is my friend." He goes, "So is I." Like the straight
Oh
emotion
my God.
that he had said it with.
Because
It was so perfectly timed too, because everything had built up towards, and then it goes straight to the action.
and Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor because you see the look on his face. He's like he pauses for a second. And he's like, "So was I." Like
he's hurt. He's genuinely hurt.
He really is. And how awesome is it? Like even in the middle of the trailer when Iron Man like breaks through I think it's an elevator, and like I was showing my brother the trailer, and like right in that moment, my brother got so excited because like that's you showing like Iron Man's basically a bounty hunter chasing down Captain America. So like just everything about this trailer is awesome.
It's
but
like Cap, you look defensive.
yeah,
And then
Well, if you look too in the background, Bucky's standing behind
Bucky's
him.
there with a gun right there.
Yeah, he's standing behind him.
Mm-hmm.
and I think him and Steve Rogers might have gotten in a fight earlier in the movie because he has a black eye.
Iron Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
Tony
I'm
Stark
sure.
has a
I'm
black
sure
eye.
they've gotten some kind of blows, man. It's
Maybe that scene where he says, "I just want to punch you in your pretty teeth."
you know I want to talk about that scene real quick because Marvel
well, go
like
ahead and talk about your naked or your positives.
so Marvel they're known for they do comic book movies right. They stay to the pages and stuff, and they have a lot of comedic elements to their movies. And a lot of people are like, is this movie going to be? Is it going to be funny? Are there going to be moments where it takes me out of the action because it's a dark movie? Like it's supposed to be. That scene, like it could have gone in a very wrong direction, but when Tony says, "Sometimes I just want to punch you in your perfect little teeth," and it goes to Cap, he doesn't smile or anything. He's just
make
sitting
a
there.
joke.
He's just sitting there with
and he looks
with a
away.
stone face. So it's like,
and Tony doesn't look like he's joking when he
no,
says it
yeah.
either.
So this isn't gonna be the normal Marvel movie. Like it's gonna have its fun moments and stuff. Like we saw it through the trailer. There are a couple of them.
well, like even Winter Soldier is very dark and
It's
serious,
subtly funny.
but there's a lot of comedic elements.
Yeah.
in
So
there.
Yeah.
they're really showing us that this movie is gonna take a different direction. This is gonna be kind of almost what we wanted Age of Ultron to be, because Age of Ultron had a lot of funny moments,
yeah.
but
Well,
it should have been a very dark movie.
We were
Like
like a lot of people use this reference. We were expecting Age of Ultron to be the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU, right?
This has a
This
chance.
could be the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU.
like just that scene, and there's so many positives. I mean, you see War Machine in action alongside Iron Man. The Black Widow versus Captain America thing is really big for me because I've really come to love their relationship,
definitely.
especially started by the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes on. The list goes on. But the scene that I love the most, besides the final scene, is because I'm looking forward to the most in the movie, the parking garage scene when they're running, when Captain America is chasing Black Panther.
Yeah.
But what you don't really put together is that Bucky's in front of Black Panther.
oh, so Black Panther's
He's chasing Bucky with
that's one of the
Captain America
rumors we
chasing
heard
Black Panther.
Is that Black Panther has it out for Bucky?
Well, we don't exactly know, but we think that Winter Soldier killed Black Panther's dad.
Yeah.
At some point in the history or whatever. But there's this earlier scene in the trailer where Bucky's jumping over a car in a parking garage.
Oh, okay.
That scene is going to go down hard.
Oh yeah.
And I think Black Panther's going to whoop the hell out of both of them.
oh hell yeah.
Because he's
Hell
faster
yeah.
than both of them. But we've seen Cap go to places where he is like out of this world strong and fast. I don't know if he'll be able to catch Black Panther, but when he catches him, the fight is going to be insane.
Yeah. Well,
Like, it's so exciting because I'm a huge fan of the Ed Brubaker comics of Captain America. And the moment since I've heard about Bucky and Winter Soldier and everything, this is what I've been waiting for. The
for them
team
to
up.
fight together.
Like, it's
Yeah.
it's what I've been waiting for so long. And the fact that Black Panther's now coming into the mix,
God.
the excitement for me is like through the roof. Yeah, I mean, there's so many little Easter eggs and everything too. What's funny though is that we saw the scene of Team Cap as they take off. The scene, by the way, where he says "We fight,"
Yeah.
is like insane.
Yeah.
I paused it. I couldn't find Ant-Man anywhere. Like,
He's on top of his
no,
shoulder.
he's
I'm
not
just
anybody.
kidding.
Like, that's what I was looking for though.
Maybe they. I don't know, dude. I don't.
Well, and here's
maybe Ant-Man's not involved in the fight. Maybe they just need Ant-Man.
Or maybe he's secretly hiding in Iron Man's armor.
Yeah, I think they're gonna need Ant-Man for like one sequence or a sequence or two. I don't think he's gonna be involved in the big fight at the end.
I think he will be, but
think he is.
another thing that excites me is that because as we got the name, like the official team rosters and everything, there was no Scarlet Witch
In
anywhere.
the picture, and
We see her.
Agent 13 wasn't in this trailer at
Well,
all.
Yes, she is.
Is
she is.
she?
So the scene where they're taking away Cap and Falcon's uniforms in the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
If you pause it with the wide shot, it's Falcon and Cap standing on one side, Martin Freeman and Sharon Carter standing on the other side.
Really? Okay.
So we'll see them together, but it looks like Martin Freeman's almost going to be on the side of General Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay,
Played by
that makes
William
sense
Hurt.
because they said
Yeah.
he's going to be a government.
But we all
Official or
expected he was going to be
something.
siding with Cap.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
But I mean, I can go on for days on
well,
this
there was
trailer.
no Baron Zemo in this trailer,
Which I like, but there was
No,
a Crossbones.
I like that too. though.
Crossbones was in
Crossbones was in it.
Oh, yeah.
So the very beginning, like if you watch the trailer and you think that the government is going after Bucky, it's not the government. It's Crossbone and his army. I think that's his. Like I think that's a side of Hydra, or unless the government has Crossbones. I'm not sure, but it looked like it was
Well,
Crossbones and
As
his.
far as we know, the government is Hydra. Like
Well, very true. Very true.
God,
like,
I hope
the
not.
lines are so blurred.
Yeah. The only other thing that I'll add is that, like you said, the shots of the action look great, which was a strong point for the Winter Soldier. I mean, one thing that we all loved in that movie was, how well the action scenes were shot.
That scene between Bucky and Cap when they're the hand-to-hand combat
Yeah.
is still my favorite all-time Marvel fight scene.
Now, if you throw in Iron Man against those
Exactly.
two,
Just like sit back with a wide shot and just watch them go at it. Like I don't want any zoomed in anything.
can you guys see a continuous shot happening where it's just like boom, boom,
I
boom,
I
boom,
hope
boom.
so. I mean that'd be awesome. The Russo brothers, they have such a good grip on what these movies are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like they were the perfect choice for the Captain America movies.
And
'Cause
who
they are
knows?
so realistic.
Well, there's one thing we have to talk about is the lack of Spider-Man. I think, and I'm happy that he's not in the trailer. I don't want to see him in the trailer. They're
He
gonna
didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Because like
especially not in the first trailer. I
Well,
think he's gonna
we
be
had-
in the third trailer
we had
and
heard
the TV spots because you have to let casual movie fans know he's in the movie.
we
I
had
think you
heard
have
that at D23 when they released that trailer, like it was very comedic with the Ant-Man scene
Yeah.
and the Hawkeye and Black Widow scene.
Well, and I assume
didn't-
Spider-Man's introduction would have been comedic as
It
well.
didn't fit into this trailer.
Yeah.
Like if you threw in a comedy scene, it would have thrown the entire thing.
Oh
off.
yeah, definitely.
So, but I hope they hold him back until the very last. Like
Yeah.
what they're doing with Luke.
I can almost
honestly,
guarantee he's gonna be in a trailer.
I don't think you need to show him at all. I don't.
I think you
Because
do.
For people to go see the movie.
Not to get people in seats, but to let people know that Spider-Man is in this universe.
But do
because
you realize how big of an impact that would
my
have?
mom
if you-
doesn't know Spider-Man's in this universe.
But what
Like,
if
I'm
she
just
watched
saying,
the movie and Spider-Man shows up?
No,
The impact
Like,
that would happen.
they need to let people know that aren't going to go see the movie initially.
See, I don't think you need to show him.
I think you do.
Because if you like looking at the posters, people are gonna go watch the movie because it's a poster.
Yeah, no matter what,
They're gonna go
they're-
see this
no
movie.
matter what, it's not. Like maybe a few people will go see it that aren't going to go see it if they find out Spider-Man's in it. But I think the casual movie-going audience has to know that Spider-Man's in this in this universe now. You have to, because otherwise they're going to be confused. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think they should just hold him back. I think it'd be such a good thing if they held him back.
I'm wondering if we get, because the rumors are that there's a fight scene between Spider-Man and Cap. Like we don't know.
Yeah,
the
that's a
concept.
big rumor though.
It's a rumor, and if that's true, we don't know what context it is. What if let's say that scene is there, but then there's also a scene where Iron Man's trying to recruit Spider-Man, you know?
That we know that's going to happen. Just because we've heard the rumors about Iron Man being in a Spider-Man movie, but it seems like Tony Stark and the fact that he can create the suit, and he probably now he's working with the government. They probably have all these eyes on people who have powers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of makes sense.
I don't know. I would love it if like Tony Stark went to Spider-Man and Spider-Man was like, no, I'm not working with you guys. Like I'm a kid. I don't even know what's like, I'm just figuring out my powers. And then at the end of the movie, if it's done right, not cheesily, Spider-Man comes and helps Tony because Tony's getting his ass whooped.
I don't think he's going to be in the big fight. I think he's going to have a small, short introduction within the movie somewhere, and then I don't think he'll.
Well, there's
going to
be an action bit. I can guarantee you.
And if
that.
that's with Cap, then that's with Cap.
Yeah.
But there was a screenshot going around. I found it on Twitter. I don't know if it was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Age of Ultron or something, but someone had taken a screenshot, and it was a news reporter, and on the bottom screen, the headline thing that scrolls across the screen on the bottom like ESPN has, it says that Tony Stark helps inner city kids with scholarship funds or something.
Oh.
People are like, is that how he meets Peter Parker?
That would
possibly?
make sense. And
Probably.
Like,
and if you
yeah.
watch like the Ultimate Spider-Man,
the TV show,
like he looks up, he's like, oh, the Avengers, like,
Yeah.
and he's
He's
like, Tony
he's a
Stark
fan.
is like his hero because
He's a
he's a
fan.
genius, you know, and Peter Parker's like not a tech genius necessarily, but he's a genius.
So I would
too,
say
so-
look out for Tony Stark possibly meeting him as Peter Parker and not Spider-Man.
So what do you guys possibly think the action bit will be? Like, what will be the context of the action bit? Is Cap chasing down Spider-Man, or do they just run into each other, or do they send Spider-Man after Cap? Like,
No, they wouldn't spend just because Spider-Man.
I mean, he's a kid.
I don't think he's nowhere near the level of Cap. But I think that
well, even with his raw skills, like even if he hasn't mastered his skills yet, he could still fight Cap.
yeah, but
Definitely.
I just think that Cap's experience, man, he would whoop the shit out of him.
I don't think so.
I think he would,
Dude,
but I think
Spider-Man could do so much more than what Cap can do.
I mean, the reports, the comments from the guys writing the Spider-Man movie will say that he's been Spider-Man for a year now.
Okay.
So in a year,
Well, if he has his webs and he has super strength and he can jump, I think Cap wins the fight because he's going to outsmart him. But just,
it'll be a playful from Spider-Man. Like he'll
be
mess around with him
yeah.
as
and
a
then
teenager
Cap will
does.
like get him, like knock him out. Or something.
He's the Avengers team lead. It's like you can't beat him. Nobody can beat him. He's the Avengers team lead. He's one of them.
Yes, you can. He's your favorite character. That's
No,
why
I'm not saying that. You put up a teenager Spider, like yeah, he's a great character, but you against the Avengers team leader, it's like come on. That's like Robin going against Batman.
I'm not saying I think Spider-Man's gonna beat him in whatever fight.
It'll be a
I don't think
playful
there's
fight.
gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be a clear-cut winner. I think they're both gonna like get each other
I'm sure
good.
it'll be a playful
But
fight.
I'm just saying, even taking away from what might possibly be in Civil War, just if you, let's say you put fully experienced Spider-Man against fully experienced Cap, Spider-Man can take on Cap, and
But
can
he's not
beat
fully
Cap.
experienced.
I know, but you're saying like he has no chance.
I'm not saying he has no chance.
I even think as a kid he could beat him.
No,
I don't think
so.
he's going to in this movie, but I think he could.
See, I feel like we talk about that with Star Wars, but I feel like it has to be like if it was a fight, like say you're saying Tony sends him after Captain America or something to change things up. It would have to be a Vader versus Luke fight in Empire Strikes Back.
I suppose.
Luke he's been a Jedi or a Padawan, whatever you want to call him, for so long, but Vader he's for years. It doesn't matter what kind of power he has. It's Captain America. He's been an Avenger for years. He fought in World War II, all this kind of stuff. I just don't see him.
It just depends on.
Like
how
I'm
the
sure he'll
fight
get a
goes.
few shots in there, yeah, but ultimately, he's not going to be able to take him down.
I don't know how strong his. We don't know how strong his webs are going to be, but
Well, it's
he can-
Spider-Man. We've seen Spider-Man before, so he's not going to be anything special.
Like he can, if he wanted to, he could like just wrap Cap up in like hundreds of webs over and over and over again.
And then
he
Cap
wouldn't be
would
able.
he would break.
He could probably get out like a few threads, but like if he
I-
just wrapped him up like with hundreds, he wouldn't be able to get out.
I
Like,
don't see that happening.
I don't know. I think he could beat him.
I don't think he can beat him at this stage.
I'm not
I don't-
saying he's
I
going
think,
to.
I think he
all.
can eventually, but not at this
Yeah.
stage.
Well,
I think he's
because-
too young and too inexperienced.
I think it's funny that you're saying the leader thing because Spider-Man's gonna become the leader of the Avengers.
Well, we don't know that.
I'm predicting it.
I think it will happen too,
Yeah.
but I think he has to be older for that to happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, for sure.
He's only 15.
It'll be like
right. He's gonna be a 15-year-old, right?
15-year-old, yeah.
it'll be like later on, like in Avengers, like 5 and 6 when he's the leader. No, I'm not saying not even in Infinity Wars or anything. He'll just be. I wonder how big his role's gonna be, but anyways,
In what? In Civil War.
in Infinity Wars.
Infinity
but
War,
that's
it'll be big.
Looking at the future,
because that's following the Solo movie.
yeah, exactly.
That it'll be big
So-
in
It has
Infinity
to be.
War.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Infinity War. Negatives?
Well, do you have any positives? Did you talk about your positives?
Well, I
already?
mean, I just added a little bit.
Okay.
Like the action shot.
Well, do you want to add anything to our little argument over here?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Spider-Man would lose. I think Captain America is faster, especially just think about that opening shot in the Winter Soldier, running through all
Well,
the.
consider this. We haven't even met Spider-Man
Well,
yet, so we don't
yeah.
know what he's capable of. Or
Well,
how
we think
experienced
that. I
he is.
mean, they said that he's been Spider-Man for a year or so many, however
I'm just
long.
talking about like right now. Like,
He's too
Spider-Man
inexperienced.
doesn't have the experience.
Yes.
He's young. He's gonna grow stronger. But if you're talking about right now, you have to give it to Cap.
But what like? I
But
think
you guys
it-
are saying like Spider-Man has no chance at all. Like,
I'm
that's
not
what
going
you
to say he
guys
doesn't
are
have a
saying.
chance,
Well,
but
no.
I think it's an easy fight because he's too young and inexperienced compared to Captain America. And it's funny because we don't even know if this fight's going to happen. But if say this fight happens and Spider-Man gets in some shots, they have fun with it. Captain America beats him.
That's gonna happen.
Imagine like where these two can go from here. Like
Yeah,
the
and
almost
then
the
it'll kinda be
master
like a
the
little-
master Padawan
It'll
thing
be a
going
little
on.
rivalry too. Like Spider-Man will be like, "You got me that first time."
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
It's going to be a really
And
'cause
I guarantee, like in the future, like the beginning of one of the Infinity War movies, they show them like training together.
Well, because
in the-
we're all
in the
looking forward to
facility.
the personalities of Peter Parker and Tony Stark meeting, right? Like those two personalities clashing.
Yeah.
Imagine a Peter Parker versus a very serious war-ridden Captain
Steve
America.
Rogers. Well, it's
It's
similar
like that,
to like
that's very exciting.
Steve Rogers and Tony Stark going back and forth. It's,
but this is
it's
a
a lot
teenager.
different.
This
Yeah,
is a
I know.
teenager. Like
And-
this is really cool to see a very young superhero like Spider-Man come into someone like Captain America and Bucky Barnes and the Falcon. Like these
I think
characters
they'll
who
all
are
kind of be his mentor. Like he's gonna take
well,
bits
they're
and
all
pieces
veterans in war
from
so,
everybody,
yeah.
But I feel like Tony Stark and Cap will be like his main mentors, and he's gonna take different things from both of them. Learn different things
for
from
as long
both
as
of
Tony
them.
Stark's alive.
Yeah. No, I think Tony Stark will die in Infinity Wars, not
See,
Civil War.
I think that's going to happen too, but I won't rule him out dying in Civil War. I won't rule it out.
I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure he signed like a multi-film deal again. Like I don't know though.
But that's only a contract.
Oh, I'm
It's
already
true.
stating he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie. I think he will.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well,
So-
but I'm just saying I won't rule him out dying in Civil War
Yeah, it's a possibility.
because the
Or-
stakes would
or
be
Rhodey.
huge. Okay. Well, hold on. Well, let's talk about that shot real quick because it's neither really a positive nor negative. It's a really beautiful shot to see
Yeah.
actually. It's very emotional. But do we think he's dead?
He's not dead.
I don't think they would give that away.
We've seen this trick so many times in movies. Now, no, because
Well, here I'm going to say this.
Civil War is not stupid like Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they show Gwen Stacy dying. And spoiler, in Spider-Man's
Nobody cares.
The
arms.
movie's been out for a while anyway.
Yeah,
A year and a half.
What you were saying?
I think there's a high possibility that is the shot where he died
Why would they show it though?
because it's a total mind F.
like
Like-
by them showing it, they're like, "Oh, he's not really
exactly.
dead."
Yes, we've seen it
That
so many
makes
times
sense.
before. It's like, okay, they're showing a trailer. Yeah, he gets hurt. He's not. There's no way he's dead.
But I don't think
I think he.
I don't think one of the Avengers kill him though,
No, I think it's Baron Zemo.
Yeah,
something to do with
exactly.
him. It's the third party
because
villain.
that would be too. Tony would never be able to forgive whoever.
And I think
did
it's
it,
near the
you know?
end, and that is the pivotal point where the two sides come together and fight the villain.
But don't you guys think Tony Stark would be a little more emotional? Than
Well, we didn't
just
even really
that
see any.
look?
It was it was a very quick shot.
He
though.
looked so sad in that shot. He really did.
Do
So
we-
Gio,
well-
I'm assuming that you have some negatives. So
Well, does anybody else have negatives?
I can't
don't have-
think
I
of
don't have
any.
a negative. I don't have a
I don't
negative.
think I do.
I absolutely I adore the living hell of this trailer. Like there's not a single shot I won't watch over and over and over again. Like every frame, every line, every picture.
I think as a trailer, it's
it was
perfect.
strategically.
Sometimes things are perfect. You know,
It was
Just gotta let 'em be.
strategically put there by Marvel, and they couldn't have done it more flawlessly.
We're gonna see about that. All right. Let's see negatives. Well, this isn't really a negative because we haven't seen the movie yet. It's more of a concern / warning. Those of you expecting the same scale of Civil War that you see in the comics don't, because this story will focus more on Bucky as opposed to the Superhero Registration Act, which I think we saw a glimpse of.
It
Right?
is
like a little.
It's not called this the registration. It's now called the Sokovia Accords,
Yeah.
and it's because of the events of Age of Ultron. It's a variation of the registration. It does the same exact thing though. There's the government, like Thunderbolt Ross said, they have to be
accountable for their actions.
accountable, and they
and
have to be. They're called vigilantes, and they have to. Someone has to watch over them, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I also feel like the scale of Civil War won't be as big because they are focusing on Bucky, right? Like he is.
Well, we
kinda-
don't like that. Could just be like the first hour of the movie.
But do you think the Civil War storyline will suffer
No, I think it's gonna be greater actually.
because there's the absence of characters?
I'm glad that it's like a smaller story and it's more about, well, we don't know, but from the trailer it looks like it's more about Cap and Bucky's relationship, and that's what's driving this whole story. And I love that because it's a Captain America movie. If let's say this was Avengers 3, let's just say it was, and they put out this same trailer and it was Avengers Civil War, then I would be pissed off because then I'm like, wait, they're focusing too much just on Captain America. But the fact that it's a Captain America movie, I'm okay with that. And they're just
also
using the Civil War title to tell this story. Like,
I'll also say that you don't need it doesn't need to be a huge, epic, giant story or visuals for it to be amazing. Like it's a passionate
it's an emotion-driven story.
and it's like I know people want it like superheroes. Oh, it's got to be cities have to be falling and like all this giant stuff has to be going on. But
well,
we
look at
saw
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, and we also saw like the Winter Soldier. Like there were buildings being toppled and stuff, but
It was a
for the most
smaller,
part,
contained
it was
story.
a very personal story.
Yeah.
And there's more passion involved when you see that. Like we
Right.
don't need to see like a city lifted up in the sky and superheroes fighting on it for it to be good. Like when you see these two characters, two friends fighting in an airport in Germany, like the trailer's showing, just and it's like a back parking lot. That's like
It literally
serious
is a
fighting.
back
Like that
parking
is
lot.
serious fighting because that's when blows come to head because like two superheroes who have worked together for years, they are now going toe to toe. It doesn't need to be a huge scale.
Right.
Like, and some people might be disappointed by it, like, oh, it's not a big movie, blah, blah, blah. But you're seeing superheroes fight superheroes. Like, this is a huge storyline because something happened between them to where it's making them choose sides.
And I hope it's convincing too.
I
mean, there's no problem with Cap and Iron Man. We know they're gonna, trade blows. But like Hawkeye and Black Widow,
You wanna know why they
and
chose sides.
that and that. I want it to be serious because
you want to know why they chose sides? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, what sides they choose?
Well, no, I
Well,
wanna
no,
be,
I
wanna
agree
be
with you.
I want
I
to be
don't-
convinced that this is a.
I'm
civil
worried that
war.
like they're not fighting to kill each other. So why are they even fighting? Like not like
You
what
don't
is
want
the
it to-
fight gonna resolve?
Yeah.
What is the like at the end of the fight? Oh, you guys won. Now what?
Well, okay,
are
let
they
me.
trying to capture each other?
Well, let me
or,
ask.
Like what?
Well, let's ask
why
this.
are they fighting?
I
If
think-
they're not trying to kill each other. Why are they fighting? Is my question.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I just want it to be convincing.
So you're saying that? I'm not saying you guys are saying this, but if someone doesn't die, will it be satisfying enough?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm just
that's
saying,
all.
like,
That's all I'm wondering.
You said if somebody doesn't die,
So
it won't be.
when they're fighting, what is their what are they thinking? Like I'm trying to kill him right now, or
We don't know. Well, the trailer didn't really give that. Like, we don't know. It's only a teaser trailer. Like, we don't exactly know.
and not that
We
I
know
don't-
that they're fighting.
I don't want any of the main characters to die. Like if like one of the maybe
Well,
like
I do.
like Falcon or Rhodey or like Black Widow or maybe Hawkeye, even though they're big characters, but they're they're like side
B-
characters
B-level
compared to
characters.
Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Cap. So if it serves the story, one of them dying, then I'm okay with it. But I don't really want anyone to die. Like I get there's no like there's it lowers the risk when people don't die. Like I was even upset that Quicksilver died because
You weren't invested.
well, I was invested and I wanted to see his character like go on in this universe. I really when I first meet them, I didn't really like the twins, but by the end of that movie, I really liked both of their characters. And like when the helicarriers come up and he's like, "Oh, this is Shield, not so bad." And like I was like, "Nah," like he's excited to be a part of this, and then he dies. Like, and it did serve the story, but like it just sucks to me, especially if it's a character we just meet in that movie. Like, I don't know.
No one knew he was gonna die in the movie.
Yeah, I'll be happy if none of the main characters die, but I'm just worried about the stakes. Like, how serious are they taking this? Like, the fighting is my concern.
I mean, I don't know. It looked pretty serious to me. Yeah. From the trailer.
Well, like
it looked
the Cap,
pretty
Bucky,
legit.
and Iron Man fight looked.
Oh yeah.
Looked
Well,
serious.
that's really the only stuff we saw, though. We didn't. I mean, we saw.
And
we saw
ultimately,
Black,
that's what matters because that's what it comes down to.
we're
but
gonna see the other characters fight, and it looks like Black Panther and Winter Soldier have blows together at some point. We're gonna see Hawkeye and Black Widow go after each other. That's what I'm interested in that because they're so tight. Like, what
so, like,
made them?
are they just trying to like knock one another out and then like tie them up? Like, I
What
don't
if, like,
get what the goal is in the fighting.
Well, what if they're not trying to kill each other? But like, not like I'm not saying knock each other out, but what if Stark's team
It's
is
just trying to get
Are-
Bucky.
quote unquote government agents and they're trying to capture Team
Yeah,
Cap?
then that makes sense.
That's probably what it's gonna be.
But is Cap's team like? Are they like, you're not taking us? We'd rather kill you than let you take us.
You're not taking.
I
this without a
wouldn't
fight.
doubt it because
If
he's a
that's
soldier.
that, then I'm all in. But
He's a
like,
soldier. Falcon's
I'm-
a soldier. Bucky's a soldier. Hawkeye's a soldier. That entire team is full of soldiers. And Scarlet Witch has no problem killing
Look,
anybody.
I trust Marvel. I really do.
I trust, yeah.
And Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers. So
Well, I mean, just look at it this way: they're sending one Avengers team to take out another Avengers team.
The new Avengers versus the old Avengers.
and also risking the chance of there being more catastrophe, the thing that they're trying to prevent. But I guess you have to take them out if you consider them a threat.
Well, on to my next negative, one that you guys might agree on. You guys have seen The Incredible Hulk, right?
Yeah,
Both of you.
of course.
So you're trying to tell me that General Thunderbolt Ross, the guy who's responsible for all the damage while trying to capture
Oh,
the
I
Hulk,
know, right?
the guy who created the Abomination and led to a fight which broke half of Brooklyn, Harlem, whatever.
I don't
that
know
was,
where I tried to
New
forget
York,
that. I tried to forget that.
wherever that little neighborhood was. And now you're telling me this guy has a promotion?
Well, we don't know
Well,
if he has a
yeah,
promotion.
he never got
What if-
stripped of his.
Well, he's an army general, right?
But you're telling
What if
me,
he got stripped of his army general? Now he's just working for the government, which is a lower class.
is it a lower class?
Wouldn't it be an army general done to something in the government?
I'm gonna have to rewatch the end of Hulk and see
Well,
exactly.
he's a changed man at the end of Incredible Hulk. Like he's in that bar talking to Tony Stark. He's a changed man because of what happened.
Right.
Yeah, and that was so long ago in their universe
We don't know what's happened since then.
that
He's-
like
the
he could have
events-
earned his. He could have earned his way back in, or
Well, all the events have happened. You have all the Iron Mans, the Caps, like all those happen. Like what? We don't
and
know.
people
where he's
change.
been.
Like he could have matured more and been like, "Hey, I was a fool back then when I was trying to chase down the Hulk. I caused a lot of destruction myself, but now I realize we can't let this continue. So I need to do something about it now."
I don't know. It's just, I mean, we're talking about a guy who gave super soldier serum to a guy who was clearly out of his mind.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was 10 years ago. Like people change over time.
What about
and-
this then? What about Nick Fury trying to use alien technology
For
in
what?
the first Avengers?
Yeah, and
Isn't that
and
kind
he
of the same
realized it was
thing?
wrong, but
Well, I mean, after that, what happened after that?
we have no idea where he's been, so we'll find out.
Fury did lose his title as
No, that's true.
director of Shield. He gave
'cause
it
he
to,
died.
He gave it to Agent. Well, I mean, no, he gave it to Agent Coulson.
Oh, because he died.
Technically, as far
He
as
faked his death.
as far as the government knows, he's
Yeah,
dead.
he's dead.
Yeah, that's why he's like lurking in the corners in Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the line, "I want to punch you in your perfect teeth." Was that meant to be funny or
No,
serious?
no. That's dead center.
Well,
serious.
I love that line
It's
because
such a
it's
beautiful line.
still Tony Stark's sense of humor, sarcasm, but the way he delivers it,
There's
he
no sarcasm.
means
There's
it.
no sarcasm involved. It's straight.
And the way, and Steve Rogers just looks at him and then looks away. Like, I love
that's
that.
like
line.
you're saying. You see Tony have a black eye. That's probably the scene where we see them go after
Yeah.
each other.
Right.
Exactly.
That's probably the last time we see them face to face outside of their uniform.
I think that one little scene was Marvel's way of telling us that this is a serious issue.
Yep.
And yeah, Tony Stark's still gonna have his wit no matter what in everything he does and says, but when he's serious, like he's gonna be serious. And like so I really enjoyed that.
I loved it because
Okay.
in all the other Marvel movies, we would have seen that as a comedy moment, but none of us, as we're watching, were like, okay, this is
Like if
funny.
that was in Avengers Age of Ultron,
you would have laughed.
Steve Rogers would have
would've
smiled
laughed.
and said, "Okay, Tony."
Yeah.
Like so I don't know. I enjoyed that.
Okay, because if that was meant to be a comedic moment, then that would have been a negative.
No, that's because that.
I mean, we don't know.
That dialogue leads right into the whole friendship dialogue. Like it's a perfect foreshadowing moment.
Yeah, dude.
Well, does anybody have a favorite moment? Right? I mean,
I think the final moment, but like I said, I absolutely love the parking garage scene because
It's hard not to choose that last moment, but let's take that one out of the equation.
that moment in the parking garage for me is like I am so excited to see that scene, and I hope it unfolds the way I'm hoping it does. But seeing those three go after each other, and I can just see the camera now panning through all three of them chasing each other. It's like I have goosebumps like thinking about it right now. It's so exciting.
I'm expecting some like serious parkour stuff.
Well, Black Panther, he's
very acrobatic.
He's the Batman of the Marvel movies. That's what he is. He's the martial artist. He's the smartest guy in the Marvel universe as of right now. He's smarter than Tony Stark. That's what he is. So that's why he's so exciting to see. And the fact that he's going to go up against someone like Winter Soldier and Cap, who are super soldiers, is very, very exciting. Depending on who wins and loses, I don't know, but Black Panther is a big character to look out for sure.
Well, Gio, what's your favorite moment other than the last moment?
What it was that, like seeing them run through the garage, seeing Black
chasing
Panther.
Black
Because
Panther?
I totally missed that he was chasing Winter Soldier.
Yeah, right
I thought it
before
was Cap and
well,
Black
right before
Panther.
you see Black Panther, there's a scene of when he's in normal clothes, he's jumping over a car, and I can't tell, but it looks like a parking lot in the same building, and then it pans to those two chasing each other.
Yeah, because those two are super fast, you know, and
It's gonna be a crazy scene.
yeah,
It's gonna be a crazy
we're talking
scene
about all
for
these
sure.
chase scenes we've seen with cars and planes. We're talking about on foot now.
And think about this: like we saw the trailer, we still haven't seen Ant-Man, we still haven't seen Spider-Man, we still haven't seen the Vision. The Vision is being held back right now, and he's on Iron Man's side. So, and we only saw one shot of Scarlet Witch too. So, there's still a lot that they're holding back.
Yeah, we have no idea what's gonna happen.
your favorite
Well, obviously the end, the last 10 seconds, but putting that aside, there's two moments that I really like. I really like when you first see like Iron Man pushing that elevator open
And they're talking.
Yeah, I love like
He's just walking.
it's just like that's showing us that like Tony Stark is hunting him down, like kind of.
Well, and you see Cap, like he's standing there,
And he, like,
Tony
has
Stark-
his shield, and
Yeah,
he's
he
like-
pulls his shield up to kind of protect himself.
Yeah. And then, but like coolest looking scene other than the last one is when Falcon like beats up those guys. I don't know. I forget what he
when
does,
he's,
but
when he's talking, yeah.
as he's saying,
See, he is. We talked about this when we saw the trailer that night, but I love the friendship evolving that Cap and Falcon are having.
well, it's like that's gonna become his modern day like Bucky in a
Well,
way.
in the comics, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Falcon,
Well,
Falcon
they
and
are
Cap.
best friends now.
Falcon
you know?
and Cap are the duo, and whenever Cap needs something, he calls Falcon.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's being much more major part after the Winter Soldier stuff, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited to see. And he looks like he's a great fit. I mean, the guy looks
Well, look.
awesome. Anthony Mackie, man, what else can you say?
Bucky is Cap's number one. Like no matter
Well,
what,
they're brothers. They're
he's gonna.
brothers.
That's his family.
Yes.
That's his only family. But I feel like by the time it's all said and done, he'll be that close with Falcon too.
It's
So.
the three of them together. Oh
And
my
even
God.
like, I don't know how much this is gonna tear apart him in Black Widow, but he has that type of relationship with her as well.
Here's the thing. In the Civil War comic book, there is one character who flips sides.
And it probably will be her.
We don't
That would
know.
make sense.
So Gio, let me ask, out of Tony Stark's side, do you see which character would you see flipping in the middle?
Before this trailer, I was gonna say Rhodey.
That's
But-
what I thought because they would have been fighting together. But
Right. Well, Widow's on Stark's side, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is she a double agent?
No, I think she really is on the side of the government at first, but then
By the end
I think
she'll
she's
flip.
the one who flips, or maybe Black Panther.
Black Panther's on. good call.
Probably Panther.
I'm gonna say the Vision.
You can
Yeah.
have Vision and Scarlet Witch on the same. That's not
I
fair.
see. I don't think he'll flip. I think he'll leave.
Yeah, I'd be like,
But if I was to pick one who's gonna flip to Cap's side, it'd be Black Widow.
yeah,
I
because
think
that would
the
would
relationship-
again going with this movie, the tone, like the emotional connection, that would make complete sense.
I think
because
Black Widow and Cap,
if-
they're so close.
if Black Panther does it, it'll be for like a moral reason, like I realize what you guys are doing is wrong.
And think about it, like an Age of Ultron at the end, Black Widow is Captain's co-captain.
Oh yeah,
Like so, they've been like this for months and months now. To see them separate, it's gonna be a tear. But I feel
no,
like
I
we'll see
think
them come back.
I think if they are gonna have that moment where one of the characters has to flip, it's gonna be her.
Do you think
I
she'd
can
be
almost
working
guarantee it.
working for him the entire time?
No.
Probably
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
No,
just
because
make
even
sure.
just
make
the
sure.
context of this trailer, like it sounds like she's being
On Tony,
serious,
yeah.
like just stay out of this one, Cap. And he's like, "Will you arrest me?" I mean, we don't know who he's talking to, her or Tony, but like the way they set it up in that trailer, it looks like she's really like she believes in the side of the government. So, and maybe something personal has to do with that. Who knows?
Who's you guys' most anticipated character? One character you're most excited
That's
to see.
so
in
hard.
Civil War.
That is
Black
so
Panther.
hard.
Because you still have Tony Stark, but you're getting a different Tony Stark too.
See Cap in this kind of context for me is like, it's what I've been. The Civil War comic book storyline is my all-time favorite arc. So I want to see Cap in this type of storyline, but I know what I'm gonna get from him.
Right.
This is the introduction of Black Panther.
Okay.
Like he's part of the Marvel's Illuminati. Like he is.
Well, we've never seen live action version of Black Panther, so that's a reason
and
why.
I'm really looking forward to more Bucky too, like actual Bucky, not Winter Soldier. So that excites. There's too many. You can't really choose. There's so many. Then you have Spider-Man.
I mean, you chose Black Panther, and like, I can't decide, but I'm gonna go with Spider-Man, dude. Spider-Man is arguably my favorite comic book character, like hands down. And we're getting an MCU Spider-Man, like in high school, an actual kid playing a kid in high school.
Well, he's
And-
18.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what
Yeah,
I
no,
mean.
I know
It's
what you
not
mean. I know what you
a
mean. It's not
27-year-old
yes.
playing an 18-year-old.
Andrew
It's
Garfield,
it's an 18-year-old playing a 15-year-old, which is way more
And
believable.
the Tom Holland, he's actually a gymnast.
Yeah. Oh, I know. He has like
He's flipped.
Instagram flips.
I read an interview
Yeah.
the other day. He said that he brought the videos of him doing flips to the Marvel.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that when it was all going
Because
down.
I guess he's been wanting to play Spider-Man for as long
Well,
as he's
it's
like-
no secret. We all really like this trailer. I mean, Geo maybe not as much, but you
I
still
do.
really liked it.
I do.
Well, you came out with all these negatives, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think he was just throwing questions
I agree
at
with
us.
no, but
I'm
here's the
throwing
thing.
questions.
I think he was more throwing questions
No,
at us more than
I
negatives.
agree and understand the things that you brought up, but I just don't think anything in this trailer was a flaw. But there's things to question, though.
No, there's definitely things to question.
But that's a good
and-
thing when trailer brings up questions.
And
That's a
Yeah.
good thing.
And my whole mindset is that I want to bring out some questions that might be a little bit uncomfortable to answer for some people.
Yeah.
But they're nevertheless questions.
Yeah, of course.
Makes the conversation
Oh,
more
they're
interesting.
perfect.
But yes, the
Well-
trailer is exciting. We all love it. Very exciting.